I used to struggle a lot when it came to meal planning. I remember sitting at the kitchen table on Saturday mornings, trying to plan healthy meals and come up with a grocery list on the same day I needed to go to the store. Looking for recipes online and planning them out was so time consuming that I would end up feeling very frustrated, and I wondered if this was even worth trying anymore. After much trial and error, I finally figured out how to make meal planning easy and effortless. In today's video, I'll be sharing what I do to meal plan for the week. The first and most important step is to make a list of recipes you love. If we don't enjoy what we eat, our meal planning journey isn't going to last very long. We want to look forward to the meals that we're going to make. So you want to think about all the recipes you currently enjoy and write them down. This is going to be the easiest way to get started. These are recipes you currently make. You either know them by heart or they're traditional family recipes that have been passed down to you. Whatever the case is, think about the meals you love and write them down. This is the first step. Then you want to search for new recipes that sound delicious to you and that you'd like to try. Visit different food blogs, watch YouTube videos, look through magazines, and take note of them. When I was first getting started with building my collection of recipes, I made it a rule to try at least 1 to 2 new recipes every week. I don't recommend doing more than that because it can be a little bit overwhelming, but 1 to 2 is a good place to start. So every week I'd make at least 1 new meal. If I liked it, I added it to my list. If I didn't, I'd get rid of it and try a new one the following week. By doing this consistently week after week, I slowly but surely built a collection of recipes that I love and that I look forward to. It's kind of like having a menu, and now meal planning is super easy. After you have your list of recipes you love and new recipes you'd like to try, the next step is deciding how many meals you want to cook during the week and schedule them. So you want to think about the week ahead. Do you have any prior commitments that are coming up this week? Maybe it's somebody's birthday and you know you're going to be going out to eat on a particular day, so there would be no need to cook. You also want to be realistic and schedule these recipes according to your needs. So maybe on Friday you know you're going to be extra busy, so having a meal that you can easily put together in less than 30 minutes would be nice. These are things that I like to consider before doing any planning. So take a look at your calendar, see what you have coming up, and decide how many meals you want to plan for. I personally like to plan my meals Monday through Friday, and maybe a dinner on the weekend. So once you figure out the days, go through your list of recipes, pick the meals you want to make, and schedule them. And if you want to commit to building a collection of recipes, then make sure one of those meals is a new one. Now that we have our meals planned and scheduled, it's time to make a grocery list. Look at the meals you planned and write down the ingredients you'll need to make them. And a quick tip, if you're already going to take the time to cook, plan to make extra so you have leftovers. Whatever I make for dinner will almost always be my lunch for the next day. This makes my life much easier and it saves me a lot of time as well. And if you don't want to have it for lunch because maybe you find it too repetitive, you can always freeze it and have it another day. Another thing I find really helpful is to organize these ingredients by category. So all of the produce items go together, all of the pantry, the frozen, and this makes shopping so much easier so you're not running around the store going back and forth. And I use a meal planning app that does all of this work for me. It's called Plan to Eat. I have all of my recipes here, so every week all I have to do is drag and drop the meals onto my calendar, and it automatically creates my grocery list for me. It tells me what ingredients I need and the quantities, so I don't have to wonder how much kale or how much oatmeal I'm gonna need for the week. This has simplified meal planning for me so much. I can easily plan a week of meals in about 5 minutes, if that. And I just pay $38 once a year, so it's super affordable. So if you're interested in trying it out, I'll have a link in the description box below that lets you try it free for 45 days. Now that we have our grocery list, it's time to head over to the kitchen and take inventory. There's no need to buy something if you already have it. So go through your pantry, your refrigerator, freezer, and check off any items that you already have on hand. Once you do that, you now have a finalized list of what you need and you can go shopping. Shopping is so easy and doesn't take up a whole lot of time when you know what you're looking for. And if you stick to your list, you end up saving money as well because you're not adding things to your cart that you know for a fact you don't need. An extra step you can take if you want to simplify your cooking experience even more is to meal prep. I personally don't like to prep entire meals. I did that for a while and I found it to be a lot more stressful than helpful, so that didn't really work out for me, but I do like to prep certain ingredients. A lot of my meals are plant-based, so on the weekend I like to cook any beans or rice that I'll be needing. I might wash and chop certain vegetables. If there's a dressing or a sauce I can make in advance, I'll go ahead and do that as well. And this really helps me cut down on the amount of time I spend in the kitchen during the week. I love to cook, but if I'm in the kitchen for over an hour, at that point I'm no longer having fun. So prepping certain ingredients really helps with that. I see meal planning as a form of self-care. It's a way of taking care of my future self. It's added so much value to my life. I no longer have to wonder what I'm going to eat or try to come up with a meal last minute. I save time, money, energy, and I eat healthier. So I hope this video inspires you to meal plan, even if that's only a couple of meals a week. I'm sure you won't regret it, and your future self will be so thankful you did. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this type of content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.